Good morning, guys. It's day 2 of our Klutch Kickers adventure. This is round 1 in Florida. I got checked yesterday and they said I needed a fire extinguisher, which is pretty obvious. The one I had was not full because we had that fire on Drift Week, so I had to go buy a fire extinguisher. We got that handled, and so now I need to go back over to tech, get rechecked to make sure everything's good to go, get the sticker on the car. I need to put some different tires on the car. Last night I had to clean out a bunch of stuff. There was still a bunch of like leftover road trip stuff inside the back seat on the floor from Drift Week. So just junk that was in the way. I got it cleaned out. I got the car pretty much where I want it to be ready to start driving. We got about an hour before the driver's meeting, and then we're gonna hit the track shortly after that. There's 2 group run sessions. I don't know exactly how that's gonna work out, but after the driver's meeting we should know a little bit more about that and what we have to look forward to for that. So I'm gonna go get the car teched. So first up, I decided to take off these hand cooks that I had on here, and I'm using my first pair of mismatched Bolinos. Basically, I'm going to use that to test out the track. Another thing is, when I put these wheel studs in, I didn't fully suck them down all the way, which means I'm just going to have to over tighten the wheel until it pulls the studs through. I don't really want to do it on this wheel because, you know, it's probably not very good for the wheel or the lug nuts, but it's kind of where I'm at. Hey, these are all loose. My plan was kind of to drive the car a little bit to pull the studs through, but I'm going to end up just using the wheel to tighten them down. I have the right tool at home to pull in new wheel studs, but I didn't bring it. It seems to look like they'll be all right. They're definitely wearing to the inside, not so much on the outside, but I think with heavy drifting and a lot of suspension movement and compression, that will change, I hope. Gotta display my NS's here. Fancy wheels. Just have a bunch of axle grease on the inside from last time I used them. So this one's a Griva and the other one's a Pergia, but I think they're similar tread wear. Either way, it'll be interesting. I just got to burn them up while I'm getting the feel for the track. It's probably a bad idea, but it is what it is. Well, when we were at Circuit of the Americas, we had the wheel studs break off from a technical error, I'll call it. I don't know who's to blame, but wheel came off and all the wheel studs broke. So I had to scab some together, some used ones. No, I actually got some new ones from one of the guys in the pits. I wish I could remember his name. Super friendly guys. They go, just go grab them out of my glove box. So that actually got me back on the track for that day. But I ordered some. These are Mazda Miata ARP wheel studs. The shank is a .509, which is really similar to the S13, S14 rears. Now, if you have S14 front hubs, the wheel studs are like .55, so these won't work. But if you have S13 front hubs or conversion hubs that have the .5 knurl, then these will work. Problem is they come in a 4-pack, so I had to buy 3 packs to get the rear, and I've got 2 spares, which is fine with me, but it just costs a little bit more to do the whole car. They've got the fancy self-start thing, the bubble tip. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on these wheel studs, but what I was saying is I didn't finish sucking them in, so I'm putting these wheels on, I'm tightening them down until it pulls the studs all the way through the wheel, and the way I can tell is basically spinning with the impact gun, and then it stops, and that tells you they're sucked in there. I don't want to over tighten them or stretch the studs or anything, so I just do it until they stop. Then I'm going to set it down and torque them all. Another little tip I was thinking about while I'm working on it. Since we're in sand and dirt, you don't want to put your lug nuts in the dirt. If you put your lug nuts in the dirt, it will get dirt in the threads, and then when you go to put them on there, the dirt gets caught up in the things, and that's what will strip out your threads, snap your studs, strip out your lug nuts, anything like that. So I brought my fancy little Cornwell socket or bolt holder. That way I can keep my things out of the dirt. Of course, I don't mind putting my gun in the dirt to get dirt inside the mechanism there, but I was just thinking about that while I'm doing it. I always want to start these things by hand. There we go. Chill out on that one. Probably getting hot. There we go. There we go. Check this one again. There we go. I think it was this one that was having problems. Awesome. That was all of them. Not too bad of a job. Now I'm going to air down the tires a little bit, and then we'll go feel out the car after. So we were doing the track walk, and I realized I'm in the first group, so I'm gonna ditch the track walk and go get my car ready, because I figure I can listen to them all day, but if I'm first in line, I'm gonna get more seat time. So yeah, sorry driver's meeting, but I'm over it. Point out how I've got a factory cable handbrake, and I love it. I love the feel of the stretch. I love the feedback it gives me. I love the factory handbrake. My first year of FD, we still had a factory cable handbrake. I think it was the same setup, these same pads and rotors, not pads, but the rotors and calipers and everything. And it was super sick. I love it. Love it. Initial impressions, we just did some of our first practice. I got about 3 laps in, someone oiled down the track, so now we're waiting for it to be cleaned up. My first lap, I was online, I felt really good about it. The initiation was a little bit weak. Second lap, I focused on initiation, hit all my clips, all my zones, and the third lap felt really, really solid. So I came in to put on some grippier tires. I want to try out something a little bit more grippy and make sure that I can still get out to the zones and everything, kind of find what my ideal tire pressure is. I'm using practice to do that stuff since I feel like I've got the track figured out. I don't need to learn the track or figure out how to get to my zones or clips or anything. So I'm just gonna play around with tires, tire pressure a little bit, take it easy. I don't want to put too much strain or abuse on the car. And I'm having a blast. I'd love to just go lap after lap after lap, but I'm actually here to try and win. So I'm trying to play it cool and focus on what's important and keep the car together. Most importantly, I don't want to break something or have to work on it because I'm kind of a one-man crew when it comes to mechanic and driver. So I'm gonna get back to it, make sure that line to get out there is getting a little bit shorter. And this is why Klutch Kickers is the best. We got free donuts for the drivers.
Mine has some cream in it.
So, things are going pretty well. We finished our first practice session. I swapped through a few different sets of tires. What I found out was I think the Maxxis were my favorite tires. I aired them down to 20. They were gripping up really good. They were really consistent. But of course, I've only got one pair of tires. And then my very last event, I think they got my very last run, they got so hot I slid straight off the track. I'd been solid, consistent, and then I blew off the track, which was my last run of practice. So I lost a little bit of confidence on that one, but I put some Velinos on at that point, but I haven't had a chance to test them out. So I don't know if I'm gonna go put the Maxxis back on once they cool down or try the Velinos, because we're going straight to qualifying after this. Group A is on track, and then we're going back. Once they're done, we're gonna go straight to qualifying. But for now, we're gonna run to the gas station, put some gas in the car, make sure the water and oil's topped off, check all that stuff out, and just get ready for qualifying. I'm not worried about it. I think it'll be just fine. It's just not a good note to end on practice when the car slides off the track and runs over a bunch of cones. So, yeah, just want to get the car prepped. I'm watching the Group A drivers. There's a lot of good drivers here, a lot of good cars. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on, see what people are doing. There's a couple spots on the track I realize I can do better. Definitely not top, but I'm going to use that. And I don't really have practice anymore, but I'm going to use that and just try and apply it to what I've already done, linking the track together. So we'll see how it goes. So we're just about to get ready to go qualify. We put some new tires on the car. I have not used these ones. These are the ones we did a burnout. Colton did a burnout in the driveway in these tires, so I haven't really drifted on them, but they should be consistent. They got the most amount of tread. I think they're going to put out a ton of smoke, which is really what I want for qualifying. I don't need a ton of grip to qualify, just enough, but if it puts out smoke and it's enough to get around the track, it should be good. Once we get qualified, then I can get to worry about grip and tandem battles. So car's good, I'm feeling good. It's just kind of that wait right before qualifying. Kind of start to get nervous and stuff, but it is what it is. So I just went out to do a qualifying run, and my crank pulley fell off in the burnout box. The car started breaking up, just like it wasn't gonna happen. We tried to find a way to make it work, but it wasn't happening. I've literally had JZs for a long time. I've never had this happen. So, one qual run is screwed, but we've got to figure out how to fix this. I don't have the parts or the tools to get the crank pulley apart, but we probably got like an hour. So we're gonna get to it. This sucks.
What's up? It's coming. Okay. Generator's got a plug. Yes. You got.
Okay, that rad's almost ready to lift out. Oh no, lower hose. I gotta get the lower hose.
Okay. You pull the bumper.
The bumper?
You think it'll be in the way?
No, I don't think so. Oh, to weld? No.
Yeah. I think it'll be alright.
That was a good idea. I didn't even think about that. It's so obvious that I didn't even think about it.
That's what we're all here for.
Weld it back together.
Can we pull it up so you can get to the hose? Or are you taking it off the block?
Will you move that gun? It's gonna flow. Oh, there's some coolants in there. That's good for the environment.
It's high temperature H2O.
Alright, we're good.
Ready? Just water, EPA, just water.
I don't have my ratchet.
Take the rubber off because that lip is sitting right there, right?
Yep, should be.
You got something to scuff it up with? Is there a piece of sandpaper anywhere?
Belt. To the belt.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Damn, look where that thing come off.
This is a common problem. I've never had it happen to me.
I didn't know that till Cody and
Oh, my timing mark. I'm never gonna know how to time this thing again. We need the opposite of a slide hammer.
An actual hammer. Let's see, where did that come from?
That's all right.
Even?
We can weld up here too. Not just here, but like up here, like five.
Yeah, do it around on both sides like that.
It's a good idea. Thinking quick. Generator probably?
Yes.
So the crank pulley came off, right, like literally as I was warming up for qualifying. This stuff has not happened to me since I was doing FD. Just the worst of luck. This car's been solid for, I don't know how, like 8,000 miles of drift week, and all of a sudden it spits a crank pulley when it matters. Anyways, Colton had the idea we're just gonna weld the crank pulley back on so we can get this lap done. We literally just need one qualifying lap. So we're just gonna run a couple beads around here and then right around there so the belt can at least spin. What happened is the car was breaking up. It was at 10.9 volts with the alternator belt off, and it wasn't enough to spark at high RPM, so it would just break up.
It should be
So we're gonna do that, get it going, and hopefully get the second coil run. This has a breaker, doesn't it? Back here? Maybe not. Might be good enough, you think?
It's probably, I was going to put one on, but it might be good.
I might take it apart tonight. Oh yeah, okay.
Don't hurt fail.
I can't believe this worked. Not only did we get the crank pulley welded back on, but it's actually running true. I thought maybe it would be wobbly, but it's like, it's perfect. I may never change it, just leave the car like this. We got it done, we got time to spare. Can't believe it. All right. Yeah. There's triumphs in that versus this.
Yes. Take it easy in the burnout box. Just make sure it's no power. So.
I wasn't going hard in the first place. I was doing like an easy burnout.
It's probably just.
It was ready to go. And the car's been shaking for a while, but the belt was holding that pulley from walking off. Here we go. Oh man, I'm getting butterflies again. My heart like flutters a little bit when I get in this position. It's weird. It's always happened. I don't know what it is. The pressure, the lights, there's no other cars on track. Everybody's just waiting for me to go, and it like the pressure kind of hits a little bit. Whew. All right. I know what I'm doing. I've done this before 100 times. There's no difference right now other than everybody's watching. That's the only difference. So we were able to get the car back on track, put down a qualifying score. I made some pretty big mistakes on the run. I don't know, I guess I was just nervous. I don't know how to explain it, but so just some stupid mistakes. Like I pulled the handbrake when I was going straight. That's really bad. Anyways, it was a scoreable run. I got a 70, which isn't bad. Could have been way worse. So it's more than a scoreable run. It's actually, you know, puts me middle of the pack. I just know that I could have done better. Anyways, we're just kind of winding down for the day. I don't think I'm going to try and fix the crank pulley any more than we already did. I'm pretty confident that's going to hold up for the rest of the weekend. We don't have parts, we don't have the tools, and we're not really close to anything, and nobody has that crank pulley. So instead of trying to do that and mess it up, I'm just going to leave it how it is and just cross my fingers that it lasts the weekend and then fix it next week. But yeah, that's about it for the day. Things are going pretty well. I don't know exactly where I ended up qualifying. Thanks for watching today, guys. It was kind of, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of exciting stuff in this video today. Tomorrow's going to be the competition. So we'll see what the bracket holds and how that stacks up. But hopefully I have a better chance tomorrow to fight my way to the top. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.